Also at the Daily Signal, columnist Jarrett Stepman is here live with us, our special guest. Jarrett, let's just jump to that if we could, and maybe on the heels of your colleague there speaking about the hype around Original Sin in this book by Alex Thompson and Jake Tapper, the cover-up. There's a lot of media that are criticizing even writing this book if you were in the news in the first place. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, I really do think it's one of the greatest scandals in American history. I mean, people are covering this as if, well, this was problematic for these years, but it really is a scandal. This was a president who potentially wasn't healthy or capable of doing the job from the day he entered the White House. This is unprecedented in American history. Yes, there was Woodrow Wilson, who had a series of strokes at the very tail end of his presidency, but he didn't run for another term. This is a man who was going to be potentially running for another term until he was derailed by a terrible debate performance. So there are a lot of questions now. You know, how long has President Joe Biden, how long did he have cancer? Does this go back into his term, or does it actually go back before? And why weren't the American people notified about that? And why are so many in the elite media, whose job it is to observe politics and observe what's happening, couldn't understand something that regular Americans with common sense could see anytime they saw Biden on television or doing an interview?
It seems to be totally fair, too, just based on the Biden administration's track record, to question it. You know, I'm sorry, we're getting this detail from the doctor, but why did the doctor, when President Biden was president, miss that? You know, you got to ask.
And this is one of the most observed men in the world, assumedly. This is the president of the United States whose health, I mean, look, it determines what happens in global politics. Can he handle these big decisions of state? It doesn't seem like he could handle even the small decisions of personal matters. And that's really disturbing when you think about that, what the executive branch really matters in the modern day world.
It really does. Transparency is key. And Jarrett Stepman's going to be staying with us throughout for more conversations.